The first topic that we are studying here is applied microbiology. So what is applied microbiology? It's a branch of biology in which the study of enzymes related to some prokaryotic and eukaryotic microbes, proteins, applied genetics, and molecular biology is done. And this is what is referred to as applied microbiology. Now let us take up this all one by one. So it's a branch of biology in which the study of enzymes related to some prokaryotic and eukaryotic microbes is done. So what enzymes are synthesized by eukaryotic and prokaryotic microbes is done over here. We know that cells fall into two categories, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So single-celled organisms like bacteria, which do not have a well-defined nucleus, are prokaryotic, whereas those which are having a well-defined nucleus, nuclear membrane, and all other cell organelles fall into the category of eukaryotic cells, like plant cells, animal cells, fungi, protozoan cells. All these are included in eukaryotic cells. So it's a branch which deals with the study of enzymes related to prokaryotic and eukaryotic microbes. So which type of enzymes are secreted by these microorganisms? Even proteins or the study of amino acids is also done. Applied genetics, that is changes in genome of organism to increase their utility to humans. Nowadays, this is also known as the DNA recombinant technology or genetic engineering, whereby we insert a human gene into a bacteria so that it starts synthesizing the desired product. For example, uh, a human gene that is responsible for synthesis of insulin can be inserted into a bacteria so that the bacteria starts synthesizing insulin. So this is what is called as applied genetics. And molecular biology, that is the study of macromolecules like proteins and nucleic acids. So all this is done under applied microbiology. This study is used for the society, and various products like food and medicines are produced on large scale with the help of microorganisms. So this is what is referred to as applied microbiology. Now, applied microbiology also, we can say, it deals with the application of various microorganisms in the field of science for the production of human beneficial products, those which are useful to human beings, such as medicines or antibiotics or vaccines or enzymes, and all this is manufactured using microorganisms. So these are genetically engineered products, and this is how these microbes are very useful to us. So this is what is referred to as applied microbiology. The next is industrial microbiology. It's a branch of biology related to commercial use of microbes, in which various economic, social, and environmental processes and products are included. Now, there are certain items which are required on a very large scale in our everyday life. So, how can microorganisms be useful in the production of these items and at the same time make the entire process economical, is what is meant by industrial microbiology. So industrial microbiology is a branch of biotechnology that applies microbial sciences to create industrial products in mass quantities. So those items which are required on a very large scale, that is mass production is required of them so as to suffice the need of the population, is what is achieved with the help of industrial microbiology. That is, we are making use of microorganisms in the production of the items. So there are multiple ways to manipulate a microorganism in order to increase the maximum production or the yield we can achieve this. So how is it done? Let us take a few examples and try to understand this. So the very first example is that of the insulin production, and it was first done in 1978 by Herbert Boyer, and he was working in the University of California laboratory, and there he inserted a human insulin gene into a bacterium which is called as the Escherichia coli, or it is also called as the E. coli. So a human insulin gene was inserted into E. coli, and the synthetic production of human insulin uh, took place way back in 1978. 4 years later, this process was approved by the US Food and the Drug Administration. So this revolutionized the entire production of insulin, because until then, that is before this particular method was invented, cattle was used to obtain the insulin. So that was a tedious process, and it had got certain side effects, and at the same time it was even costly. So this particular method revolutionized the entire production of insulin. Then we know that microorganisms even play a very crucial role in the biogeochemical cycles. All dead and decaying organic matter is decomposed by these microbes, and then the nutrients return back to the environment. So this is one another way in which the microorganisms play a very important role. So microorganisms play a critical role in the various biogeochemical cycles, as well as being particularly important component of the plant and soil ecosystem, because they are present inside in the soil and in the plants. So they break down the dead plant and animal tissues and make their nutrients, including carbon and nitrogen. So they support the biogeochemical cycles. Lastly, we are going to study about this particular bacterium, which is called as Alcanoborax borkumensis, which plays a very important role in cleaning up of the oil spills which takes place in the oceans. So this is how it even benefits the environment. So these are a few examples to show that how we can make use of microorganisms at industrial level, and we can bring about mass production of various items. Let us come to the main features. Various productions with the help of fermentation process. For example, bread, cheese, wine, raw material for chemicals, enzymes, nutrients, medicines, etc. So all this can be achieved at the industrial level with the help of microbes. And lastly, use of microbes for garbage management and pollution control. So this has been a challenge to the entire world, that is how to manage the garbage and the pollution which is ever increasing. So if we can make use of microbes to bring down this pollution, or we can manage our waste, it would be a wonder. So we have studied two types, that is, one is applied microbiology, where we make use of microbes for the production of antibiotics, medicines, vaccines, etc. And here we have studied about industrial microbiology, in which we are making use of microbes to increase the production and at the same time to minimize the waste. That is how it can be helpful to the environment, and at the same time the entire process is even economical.